Hi, I'm Dan Ginden, and this is A Day in the Life. We give you a behind-the-scenes look at people who have really interesting jobs. Now, we're not saying that you don't have an interesting job, but let's face it, these are just a little cooler. That's why they're on TV. Today, we headed to Stowe to see what a day in the life is like at the Massachusetts Firefighting Academy. Do you think you know how hard it is to train in order to become a firefighter? Think again. And with that, the day at the Massachusetts Firefighting Academy begins on a quiet and peaceful note.
Morning. Morning, sir.
But it doesn't stay that way for long.
6 inches! Get him up. Keep him here. Stretch, get ready. We're doing 54 counts. Stand by. Ready? Begin. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 4.
Yeah, and this is how they start the morning, before they put on 70 pounds worth of equipment, before climbing ladders, and before concentrating in the classroom. The instructors here used to be Marines, so you can only imagine the tough training the recruits are in for.
They're all certified fitness trainers. It isn't some guy you got that's a weightlifter and you say, okay, do something with him. Our physical fitness program is a structured program that's been approved and certified, so that we're not saying, hey, let's make them do 100 push-ups today and do 100 push-ups here. We don't do that. We have a structured program. We do this on this day, and it graduates up. But the guys who are teaching it, they have a passion for it. And they know what they're doing, and they don't kill anyone. They want to bring them along and make them realize that it's a good idea to get in shape and how to stay in shape.
Well, that was fun.
The Massachusetts Firefighting Academy came into existence due to Chapter 842 of the Acts and Resolves of 1971, when a Fire Training Council and Firefighter Training Academy were established. The Academy provides fire training to municipal fire service personnel at no cost to the cities and towns. Even though fire service certification is not required, it is highly recommended in order to stimulate professional development.
We have the luxury here in Massachusetts of having probably one of the best fire facilities in the United States. And I know that's easy for me to say because I work here and I'm a resident of Massachusetts, but people come from all over the world to come here to look at this facility. I've had the opportunity to spend time with the head of the St. Petersburg Russian Fire Department, which the Army runs their fire department. And he spent 3 days here looking at the facility, getting ideas. A general from the People's Republic of China spent a day here with an entourage looking at our facilities. I've had African nations come here and look. They all want to know what we're putting together here to teach the different disciplines in firefighting. And we have it all here.
I feel as if we're passing our trade as firefighters on to the next generation of firefighters and the generations after them. This academy is extremely special to me based on the fact that it helped me throughout my career. From the day that I started as a recruit until the day that I recently retired. And I hope to pass that trade on to even more people. This is extremely special to be able to train a new firefighter and mold that person to come into the service. It's an honor and a privilege, to be honest with you. It really is, to be able to work with a new student and the perspective for a new firefighter that could spend the next 35 years at their career.
The Academy isn't just for new recruits. When new equipment or training methods are introduced, it's a great place for established firefighters to come and learn. And the instructors? Well, they are firefighters and fire chiefs that come from all over the state. This group of recruits is working on hose evolution. There are 3 recruits working during this drill: a hydrant operator, a pump operator, and a nozzle operator.
This is a very basic evolution. This is one feeder line into the truck with actually one hand line that's being run. So this is really a routine operation here with one line coming off of the truck and one feeder line coming in.
The voice you just heard was that of retired Marlboro Fire Chief Jim Fortin, who continues to be an instructor at the Firefighting Academy. We were lucky enough to have him work with us all day.
This is the third week of the 9-week program for this crew. So that's why we're still at a very basic level with this hose evolution. So this is the first one they've seen. As the 2 other hose evolutions come about, we actually have fire inside the building, and they go in and extinguish it, not just spray the water in the parking lot. Okay, with this evolution, we've got the hydrant person, considered the hydrant person for this evolution. He's getting off the truck. Again, he's gonna give us the water supply into our pump, because obviously we've pulled up and found the need to establish the water supply. Each one of these pumps, varying on the way the department has spec'd out their vehicle, can range from 1,000 gallons to about 300 gallons on a tank that's actually on the truck.
While we're looking at this, the folks at home are watching. Now they see why you want people to clear the hydrants in the winter around their houses. Mm-hmm. It's pretty important.
What he's doing is he's setting up the hydrant to use the 2 side discharges. All right, the front intake is a steamer intake, and again, that's usually what's being used now. But what he's attached to the hydrant are 2 hydrant gates. All right, they're a single gate that will allow the hydrant to be charged, and it's actually just a valve to allow the water then to be sent down the street. So the hydrant is being opened all the way, so there's now water to the top, to the discharges, and then you'll see him open the gate to fill the feeder line. At this point in time, the line is stretched. Nozzle person has called for water, and the pump operator is now charging filling the hand line that's being used. That's an 1 3/4 line capabilities of, and we focus on 150 gallons a minute coming out of that line.
Keeping a fast and consistent pace is not part of this drill, since these recruits are still relatively new. Fortin says the timing of these evolutions comes later.
But we have to take all these recruits and look at them and say they basically know nothing about what we do, and we have to start them at ground zero when they come in here. And this evolution, again, it's really the first time a lot of these people have touched any of this equipment. So we're not timing it, but we don't want them to dog it at all either, but we also got to know that this is also the learning experience.
The Academy has its own private hydrant system, which recycles all the water so it can be used over and over again. The system also collects rainwater to keep its tanks full.
Clear these rooms, make your way up, find that thing. Listen for the passerbys.
The recruits are now beginning a search and rescue drill. A dummy, dressed in firefighter gear, is the victim that needs saving. They will have to enter through the basement and make their way up to the first floor by using a thermal imager. It will be dark, very dark. Plus, 3 of the 4 on the rescue team are wearing blackout masks to simulate a smoke-filled atmosphere. After locating the downed firefighter, they have to get him a new tank of air and drag him out of the building.
Use the thermal imager. Clear the rooms as you go, going up, all right? Key in on the sound. Use that imager. I want good communications. Give me radio report. Brotherton Command. Brotherton Command. Here we go, here we go. Put him on air, lead man. Everybody's on air. This door right here, 2-1.
sure you have your crew with you. Get them out hallway. All right. Give her a report to the man. Stop the dog firefighter.
Got a guy going in to check his status at this point. I'll get back to you.
Going in? Are you going in or where are you going? Yeah. Okay, call him in here.
Team leader, give this guy directions of where the down firefighter is. He can't see it. He's going.
So we need to get an air supply in. You go right. Okay, hold on. Before you go through, he's already called the air. We know he needs air. So let's get the guy air and then pass the bottle through. Okay?
Hold on, wait on. Over here. All right, let's get this guy on there. 17, you're at the head. Team leader, let's take the commander. You're trying to convert the down firefighter.
The second team is sent in by Blanchard to help out while the first team gets the air tanks converted and make sure that the downed firefighter is breathing.
Hey, team! I'm low on air.
Alright, let's think about what we're doing here. You're gonna wait for him, right? Let's get these two guys on the way out. We'll set to him wait. Stay on the line and head up.
Come in.
Brother in command answering.
My team's on the way out. One of my guys is low on air. We're moving out now.
Okay, reporting you have a firefighter low on air and you're moving out. Do you have the victim with you?
No, the down firefighter's status has been converted. He's been placed on air. The second team has the ball to tag on in, and he's just outside in the end of the third line.
Okay, the downed firefighter is still in the room, but he is on air. Second team's on the way.
The first and second teams pass each other on the basement level. First team has done its job, and now it's up to the second team to continue the life-saving relay.
You're out. Take the relay right out of your face. No leak in the air. Make sure your men get their blackouts off.
Take your mask off. Take
Get them out of the way. I'm going to send another team in. Team leader, make sure you water them all down. Get them all straight.
Yes, sir. Get your mask off. Open up a little bit. Get some water.
While the second team makes their way up to the downed firefighter, the third team makes their way into the building.
We have the firefighter. We're pulling him all down. He's burning. He's burning. We're gonna help him pull him out. You can stand right there.
Please stop for a second. We're overthinking and we're starting to make a plan. You got a guy from the original team on the other side of this confined area. Do you hear that? He's running low on air. He's stuck behind the firefighter that was already down. So everybody's sitting here making $1.5 million game plans. What do we need to do?
You just pull this guy out.
We're gonna get this guy out so we can get your other guy who's still viable out of there right now. Okay? If you're the team leader, make it happen.
With the help of an instructor to get themselves back together, these recruits, only on their 12th day of training, are able to complete their mission of saving the downed firefighter. You can see by their faces that carrying 70 pounds of equipment is no easy task, especially after you've been doing this earlier in the morning.
Yeah, this building's been here from about 1990 when they constructed this facility and all the buildings here. And it was about 10 years ago that they had to preserve it and get some extended life out of it, was to put these tiles on it.
As we just saw, the burn building is used for search and rescue, but it's also used for firefighting drills. We got an inside look before it was set up for the recruits' training.
So again, this building can be set up as we determine. Each of the doors and windows have locks, and our rule is when we're inside, if the door is locked, it's considered a wall. So again, this is designed to be a usual, your regular residential home. We've got bedrooms, we've got a hallway, or other smaller rooms that we can make what they want. Again, we've got no furniture or anything in here. The only thing you'll come across is the metal tables that are used as the props, and over here in the corner there's a couple of pallets that we use, and again we cover those with straw, and that's actually the only thing that's burning when we use the building. We try to instill safety, and if you just look at the building here, again, when they designed it, it's so we know and the recruit knows that if there is an issue while we're in here, because we get zero visibility when we're burning in this building, that if the windows come in or the door swings in at you, it's not a safe way to get out. If a window pushes out, if the windows push out, the grates that we have on them push out, it means it's safe to go out. This here is the attic space. This is what we call the third floor here. As you can see, we have a flat ceiling that you could come across in the attic. Again, this is the flat roof that if we were operating on the outside, we could operate on the flat roof. And then also we got the pitched roof over here to our left. We will have recruits that do come in and have some anxiety. Again, we're in a business that it's not natural for anybody, and you have to get used to working in a zero visibility environment with a lot of things going on around you, and there is anxiety.
Does weather play a role in whether training is canceled for the day? The answer is no. Think about it. Fires happen in all sorts of poor weather conditions, so the training goes on in rain or snow. Still to come on A Day in the Life. Things get a little heated out in the drill yard.
And we're out. You got plans?
You bet. 50 million Americans struggle with hunger, but we can do something about it.
Excuse me. What's going on?
Dinner. Please join me in helping put food on their tables. Together, we can feed America.
You guys keep going. I'm gonna get the plates.
Plates? Find your local food bank at feedingamerica.org/hunger.
I'm Dan Ginden, and you are watching A Day in the Life. If you've just joined us, we're at the Massachusetts Firefighting Academy in Stowe. They're giving us an inside look at what a day in the life is like for the recruits and instructors. We've seen search and rescue, the burn building. Now things are about to get explosive.
This is our gas field. It's far end of a training facility. We deal with liquid propane and liquid natural gas that we actually put on the street. There's only 2 facilities in the country that actually do what we do here, and we are one, and Texas A&M is another. The training up here is not only for firefighters, it's also for the natural gas industry. Today we have a recruit class out there learning what to do and handle gas emergencies, and we're also kind of looking at it. It's not just a gas emergency, but it's any combustible or flammable liquid incident that they may come across on the street. We've got several different props up here. Again, we're actually dealing with liquid natural gas and liquid propane. So there is a true sense of emergency and urgency up here that we have to take it very seriously, because the product is not forgiving if we come in contact with it. So over here on the right, prop number 5, that's a demonstration of what would happen if we had a spill in the street and how we could contain it as firefighters arriving at a scene. They just completed that demo, and we teach how we would dam and dike to prevent it from getting into storm drains or any enclosed areas. They're talking right now, this is where we're actually going to put a pool of LNG in that structure we have out there. It's going to be about 2 feet deep of LNG, and actually we're going to light it and give them a demonstration on what happens if you actually put water on it, and the reasons why we can't put water on it, and then we'll be extinguishing the fire with a 30-pound extinguishers we have out there on the street.
The gas is lit and 2 recruits are guided in with extinguishers by the instructors.
We always want the wind to our back, and as you can see, it's tending to be blowing off to the left down there. That's why they've made their approach from the right side. Our instructors with the recruit the entire time here.
Once each recruit has had their chance at extinguishing the chemical fire, they get to see why it is that you don't put water on a blaze like this.
See, all they're doing is pushing the product out. All right, it's spilling over on the right side.
The recruits and our cameras now see the difference in battling a chemical fire. 2 extinguishers were able to contain it, while the water spreads it and has it reaching heights of about 100 feet. Next, the recruits are shown how to put out a fire on one of the more dangerous and likely locations during the summer, your backyard grill.
What's being taught here is, mostly grills are put on decks and next to the homes. That's our vinyl wall that you'd find again in most homes. The grill itself is got the propane that's burning. It's the only thing that's burning in that prop right now. And what they're going to do is come in and A, keep the tank cool, and B, shut down the flow of gas.
Most of them are civil service firefighters, and they take the entrance exam and they put down a city or town they want, and they're going to get a physical, and they're going to have a strength test, and after going through all that, according to their score, they're going to get on a list. And when the cities and towns hire, they're going to hire firefighters off that list. They're going to offer that person a job, and then that city or town usually will send them here to the fire academy to be trained for 9 weeks. Now, before they come, we bring them in several weeks ahead of time to show them how physical this is going to be. We actually have them do a portion of our physical fitness training, which takes place every morning. And if they're not in shape, they have several weeks to get in shape before they come here.
The blackout building and the fire investigations room are two other exercises that are done regularly.
This is your usual single-family home. Couple bedrooms down the hallway. We've got a bathroom, and then we've got an attic area that could either be living space or unfinished.
There was also hose training with foam that teaches the recruits how to aerate and suppress vapors along with extinguishing a fire.
This here is actually, this is a training foam that they purchase here because of the amount that we put out there on the street. And what it does, it just doesn't have the suppression product in it to keep for the suppression of the fire. What this is just basically is just soap suds right now that we're putting out there.
Ground ladder training may not seem like a big deal to you and me, but it is a critical part of what the recruits learn here. As Jim Fortin told us, depending on their background, not many recruits have thrown ladders that are not of the Home Depot variety. Furthermore, it's unlikely that they ever climbed like this.
Put our feet flat, hands out in front of us. You're going to climb the ladder the same way, right? Back straight, heels locked in, arms out straight. Force yourself to lock the heels in, right? If you climb on the balls of your feet, you stand the chance of falling off. Today's a dry day, the rungs are dry, wet day, snowy day, fire debris all over the ladder, ice on the ladder in the wintertime. Make sure you lock your heels in and keep your arms straight. So when you're climbing, left hand goes up, left foot goes up, right hand goes up, right arm goes up. Right foot goes up. If you do right foot, left arm, you're going to be back and forth. Ladder's going to move. It might not be as stable ground it is here. So systematically climb the ladder, keeping your back straight. The closer you get to the ladder, it's going to be more difficult. You have to move your knees to the side. It's going to rock the ladder back and forth. 3 points of contact. Get up high enough so you can get your right leg over. Sit on the windowsill. Inside. Stomp your foot on the inside of the building. Hey, verbalize. Floor is sound before you get in. And even when you're getting in, as you get off, hands on the rungs until you're inside the building. For some reason, if that floor gives way, you still have contact with the ladder. You can get yourself back out, or somebody can come up the ladder and assist you out. But don't let go of the ladder until you're all the way in and you know that floor is completely sound. Then we're going to go around the other side. You're going to come down the ladder. Same thing, transitioning out. You're going to get on top of the windowsill, swing your left leg out, get onto the ladder, bring your arms around, grab on, so we always have 3 points of contact. Swing your other leg out, descend the ladder, one rung at a time. They're 14 inches apart, right? So you're still looking forward as you descend. Left foot, left hand, right foot, right hand. Coming down as you pass the pawls. Pawls are locked. Butt guy now, as the person climbing is climbing down, whoever the butt guy is back here, get down to the third rung. Excuse me, third rung. 3, 2, 1, ground. Help each other out, right? We're not looking down, so you can't see me getting down to the bottom. Whoever's at the bottom butting, count it off. 3, 2, 1, ground. Help each other out.
If you don't already have a healthy appreciation and ample respect for the firefighters around the country, watching them run into buildings while citizens are running out, then this look at a day in the life at the Massachusetts Firefighting Academy should get you to where you need to be. We want to thank everyone at the Massachusetts Fire Academy for allowing us to see what goes on down there. And we'd also like to thank you for all that you do to help save lives. If you have any ideas for future episodes of our show, feel free to contact us by email. And to find out more about WMCT-TV, you can visit us on the web. I'm Dan Ginden. We'll see you next time.